Welcome to SmackDown live from Phoenix, Arizona, which we're kicking things off in a similar way to last week with the masquerading undisputed WWE champion Kevin Owens making his way out here. So Kevin Owens is not the champion. Cody Rhodes is the undisputed champion, but Kevin Owens snapped after losing his title match and Cody Rhodes beat him to retain. He packaged power drove Cody Rhodes, injuring him, and stole the title. He came out last week and explained himself so that title is rightfully his. He deserves to be champion. And it seems Kevin Owens is out here again with some words for us. And maybe some words for some other people as well. I can tell you management have been trying to get that title off Kevin Owens since, well, the package power driver happened. And Kevin Owens is not giving that championship up. He even put his own side plates on the title. That's how sick Kevin Owens has become and obsessed he's become with that title. Let's hear from KO here tonight. You're only booing me because you know I'm right and that this title is rightfully mine. Now I'm not out here to repeat myself. This is a message for Nick Aldis and Cody Rhodes. This title ain't leaving my possession until I'm pinned in the middle of this ring for it, because I'm your champion. Now you see, everyone, Cody has been crying to management all week for them to take this title from me, and you guys are finally seeing what I knew all along. Cody Rhodes is the corporate face, the safe option they love to shove down your throats, and he's manipulated you into thinking he's the good guy. Let's not forget, Cody Rhodes came back to WWE after destroying the throne, trying to tear this place apart and use his sob story to get your sympathy and to take my spot, and to also manipulate management to give him a late number in the Rumble whilst I got screwed over, and whilst he went on to easily win it. And then win the title at Mania. That should have been me, and you all know it should have been me. Now Cody and Nick Aldis, I'm going to be walking in to SummerSlam as a WWE champion. I'm also going to be walking out the WWE champion. But you see, Cody, if that neck is fully cleared, I'll be seeing you then. That's all I've got for you guys tonight, and you guys can keep crying because you all know that Kevin is right. And well, after hearing from Kevin Owens to start the show, we turn our attention to our first matchup of the night, in which Carmelo Hayes, him, is out here. And well, this matchup, I promise you, is going to be a great one. Two up-and-coming stars here in the blue brand, both fighting for opportunities the same. Whether that's a United States Championship shot or maybe a shot at the undisputed WWE Championship, that remains to be seen. But Carmelo Hayes is out here to prove that Melo don't miss. It's not just a trademark, it's not just a moniker for Melo. It's, well, his mantra. It's what he lives by. And when he comes out here, he promises not to miss. He's going to give everything he's got and hopefully walk out with the win. We can hear the support for Carmelo Hayes here tonight, as he's earned the respect of the crowd here on SmackDown for some great performances over the years. He's been here since debuting all that time ago. I see, it wasn't that long ago. He was in a blood feud with Trick Williams of the United States Championship. Came out short in that feud with Trick, well, being United States Champion at the time, being the crowd favourite. But since then, Melo Hayes learned his lesson, got humbled by Trick. And well, tonight, a man who maybe need humbling himself is going to be his opponent in All Ego, Ethan Page. Well, as we've seen from Ethan Page back on NXT, he was in a feud with Ricky Saints, which didn't go his way in the end. But Ethan Page now on the blue brand, wearing the blue colours. A man who believes he's at World Championship caliber level. And whether that is the case or not, that remains to be seen. But tonight, Ethan Page, if he gets a victory over Carmelo Hayes tonight, can start earning his way up the card. Can start earning those opportunities to fight for championships that he believes he already has done just for being Ethan Page. But obviously you've got to do that You've got to earn the reps first. You've got to earn the reputation. You've got to earn the respect before you can get given opportunities. And both of these two men tonight are out here to do so. One man further away than the other on that road, and that is this man right here, Ethan Page. But let's get this one underway. Ethan Page v Carmelo Hayes. These two no strangers to one another. This one should be a great matchup as a start SmackDown off with here tonight. Let's get this one underway. And well, a moment ago, I see Carmelo Hayes going to be looking for the first 48 or nothing but netting this one. And Melo caught there by by Ethan Page. As Ethan Page is teeing over with his huge strikes on Carmelo Hayes to start this one off with, pushing the much smaller Carmelo Hayes over into the corner here, just bullying his way around the start of this matchup. But it's the quickness of Melo catching Ethan Page off guard, and now Melo can lay in his huge rights. Now stomp to the midsection. Melo Hayes using the agility and the high flying offense with a leg drop over the top of the back of the neck. Across that bottom rope there was Ethan Page as Melo now. Was thinking about Swinboard, changed his mind, and Melo Hayes off the top looking for a crossbody. Ethan Page out of the way. A slight hesitation from Melo, costing now a Uranagi there. Plants Carmelo Hayes into the mat. Now Ethan Page sees where his huge right side has busted open Melo Hayes early on in this one. A minute into this matchup and blood has been spilt. Well, it's been a feisty start. So that shouldn't be a surprising thing as Melo slips at the back though. Melo Hayes now scoops up Ethan Page. It could be a short one here tonight. But Ethan Page kicks out there at 2, just about to keep this matchup alive for himself. Melo Hayes looking for that pump kick. Ethan Page counters with a huge right there. Just dropping Melo Hayes to the mat. Saw that pump kick coming, sidestepped it, fired that huge right on the follow through. And now is Melo Hayes right where he wants him, on the ground, where he can't use that high flying offense to beat you. Now Ethan Page just teeing away in the midsection now. And a forearm across the jaw and an open wound as well. So the referee, well, Melo Hayes will not want the referee to step in and call this matchup off. Neither will the crowd. And neither do I. But obviously that could be a factor in this one if the blood gets too bad for Melo Hayes to continue. The wound gets too damaging. But Melo Hayes with some elbows there. And Melo now, what's he thinking? Hooks Ethan Page with a suplex into the corner. But Ethan Page out there to a desperation strike there from Melo Hayes, but it's done the damage and it's allowed Carmelo Hayes to get back into this one. His drives now. Ethan Page face first into the knee. As Melo Hayes sends Ethan Page over into the corner. Melo, clothesline, back elbow, snapmare, throws him down. As Melo Hayes now goes to the top. And Melo thinking elbow drop, but no one's home. Ethan Page out the way. And Ethan Page again just with a simple but effective power moves here. Drives Melo face first into the mat. And now has this matchup in control for himself. See, whenever Melo Hayes tonight will do a lot for the career of Ethan Page here on SmackDown. We're getting closer to title opportunities, like I mentioned, on his way down to the ring. He believes already that he has earned those opportunities just for being here, just for what he achieved out at NXT. But Melo Hayes could say the same. He did say the same. And things didn't work out for him at first. He got humbled by Trick and learnt the hard way. You got to own those opportunities as you're now on a different level, a different playing field. As there's the Uranagi for a second time. But Melo Hayes able to get out there. See the cut there on the side of the face of Melo being exasperated as the matchup goes with Melo Hayes there with a quickness. Floats out of it, and Melo now into a crossface hit on Ethan Page. As this is locked in tight here on Ethan Page here. The crossface cinched in. Can Melo Hayes make Ethan Page tap out? Ethan Page with the power rolls out of it. Kick to the midsection there. That cheap shot. And now gets the backbreaker this time. And now it's Ethan Page's turn just to slow the matchup down here. Lock Carmelo Hayes here into a cross arm bar. Looking to hyperextend the elbow and the arm here. Looking to break it as well if he can do so. But Melo Hayes scoots through with the agility and some huge strikes there to the face of Ethan Page as Melo now with a huge lariat there. Put everything he has behind that one. Did the former NXT champion. See, both of these two held gold down at NXT. That's a long time ago now for both of these, but Melo Hayes plants Ethan Page with a Falcon Arrow. And Melo now makes the climb. And Carmelo Hayes looking for the frog splash, but knees up there for Ethan Page. The high risk, high reward offense has not been rewarding for Carmelo Hayes so far in this matchup, as Ethan Page now up on the shoulders. A high angle just slammed down there. And Carmelo Hayes forced to roll into the corner. Well, it isn't where you want to be in a ring with Ethan Page. As Page now setting Carmelo Hayes up here on the top rope. Looking to use an avalanche power slam. Here to Carmelo Hayes. Will that be enough? Not just yet. There's still life left in Melo just yet. As the resilience, it does make him a crowd favourite here on SmackDown. The gutsy performances he's had over his time here. And now Ethan Page going after the legs here. Looking to take out the first 48 and obviously the nothing but net as well. If he can do so, he can easily win this matchup, as Ethan Page now spins Melo Hayes around, punch to the face, does so. Up into a huge just throat there. No care in the world for the ball being of his opponent, and now just scraping the boots across the face there. So that wound is getting more and more a issue for Carmelo Hayes as this matchup goes on, as Ethan Page is targeting that wound over and over again, and now drives him face first into the corner. And Page just blowing a kiss to Carmelo Hayes, saying maybe good night to him. But Melo Hayes is selling this one, super kick there. And now the ground and pound for Melo Hayes, the frustration of this matchup, and there's blood spilt from Ethan Page as these two are fighting here tonight. In this one, this one's not a friendly matchup. This is not an exhibition. This is a hard fought one-on-one contest, as Melo Hayes with that huge slingshot lariat. And Melo Hayes going to the top again, looking to follow through. This time gets the frog splash into the cover, middle of the ring, nowhere to go. But Page kicks out at 2 again. And what an opening contest we've had so far. You'd expect nothing less from these two of the very best we have on SmackDown, 2 up-and-comers, 2 future champions on SmackDown. That's guaranteed. As Ethan Page now with the abdominal stretch. Head to Carmelo Hayes, going after that midsection he's been working on throughout the match as well. But Melo Hayes, he's trying to show that resilience, he's trying to show that heart to get out of this one. Punches to that open wound now, as Melo Hayes with a head scissors takedown to Ethan Page. And it's Dirty Diana into the cover. But Page is still in this one. Well, Melo Hayes saw the opportunity, that head scissors takedown, creating the space. Allowed him to build momentum to hit Dirty Diana, which didn't get the job done tonight. But definitely got him a lot closer to a win, as Melo Hayes body slam again though from Ethan Page. Just simple and effective from Page. It's not flashy. The crowd won't cheer it, but it gets the job done for him. That's all that matters when you're Ethan Page, as now a huge swinging neck breaker. But Melo again kicks out there at 2.5. Well, he's still been going back and forth, trading blow for blow in this one. As Melo Hayes now looks for a dropkick. Ethan Page out of the way though. As you can see, both men now bleeding. Both men busted open. Both men giving it all they've got in the names of getting a victory. There's nothing on the line other than bragging rights, I guess you could say, between these two. To say that I beat you. I'm now a level above you on the power rankings here on SmackDown. I'm closer to championship gold than you are. That is what's on the line. As Melo Hayes now looking to go big. It's not gone well for him in this matchup, going high risk, high reward, but Melo Hayes up and over the top with a barrel roll, tope suicida, and Melo doesn't miss. That's what he's saying just there. But Melo Hayes pandering to the crowd, gave Ethan Page just enough time to get back to his senses. And Ethan Page sends Melo Hayes into that LED ring post. And that's Ethan Page just time to just say he's got the job done, to pander to the crowd. As Page believes, well, Melo Hayes is done. But Melo Hayes slowly, gingerly makes his way back to the ring. See the frustration of Ethan Page. And Melo Hayes telling Ethan Page to bring it here. And there's a huge chop. As Melo now lighting up Ethan Page's chest with those huge open palm chops. And knife edge chops there. But Page counters again. See the blood pour from the face of Carmelo Hayes now. This huge elbow scraping across the open wound. Ain't gonna help things either. And Page just saying, "It's all you've got." Telling him to get back to his feet. And that's a cheap shot there to the midsection. And Carmelo Hayes counters this time though. Melo with a super kick. And Carmelo Hayes now digging down deep. With everything he's got left, what can he do next? That's Melo. Oh, he's got something planned here. Trying to draw Ethan Page in. Can he do so? Ethan Page gingerly staggering. And Page caught by a huge right. As Carmelo Hayes now. Huge shot to the face. Slingshot. Elbow over the top. And Carmelo Hayes believes he has this one in the bag. The question is, does he? That's Melo now. Sizing up Ethan Page. Ethan Page counters again. These two are so even footing in this one. There's not much space between them. But a huge pump knee will get the job done for Carmelo Hayes. And Melo now in the corner. What's he thinking next there? Carmelo Hayes deep into this matchup. In deep waters, just launching Ethan Page off the top. And Melo now calling Page to his feet. Maybe looking for that slingshot. Instead goes for a close onto the back of the neck instead. Catching Ethan Page unawares. As Melo now middle rope. What is Melo thinking? Looking for a slingshot. Crossbody, no one's home. Caught by Ethan Page. And Ethan Page now slams him down. And Melo Hayes finally though getting back to his feet. As Ethan Page off the ropes. Sends Melo. Sit out spine buster. And Ethan Page now thinking this one's over. Looking for the snatch. Power slam. But again Melo kicks. And Ethan Page is getting more and more frustrated. And Ethan Page now arguing with the referee saying that should have been a free count. But Carmelo Hayes is back to his feet. Dirty Diana for a second time. And Melo makes a climb. Can Melo hit it? And Melo, nothing but net. And Melo gets the victory in one hell of an opening match here tonight. Ethan Page cost himself in the end. Had the matchup where he needed it. After that snatch power slam, Carmelo Hayes was spent. All he had to do was look for Ego's edge and it would have been over. Or twisted grin and it would have been over. Instead, his frustration, the ego, got the better of him. Just like it used to with Carmelo Hayes. He turned around, said to the referee it should have been a free. And in that moment, Carmelo Hayes got back to his feet, hit a second Dirty Diana, followed through with nothing but net. And that was all she wrote for our opening matchup here tonight on SmackDown. And what a matchup it was. Carmelo Hayes defeats Ethan Page tonight. And what a victory that was for Carmelo Hayes. Is making us climb once again on SmackDown. And to get back to championship gold here in WWE. And while Carmelo Hayes celebrating his victory, unawares that Ethan Page is back to his feet and in the ring. And there's a huge roundhouse kick there from Ethan Page, who just is frustrated, taking out that frustration after the match on Carmelo Hayes. As a one hell of a match that he's just had. Ethan Page is letting that bitterness, the ego get the better of him here. Unable to, well, with the slander loss he just took to Carmelo Hayes, that his own frustration, his own ego cost him. And Ethan Page now just dragging a spent Carmelo Hayes. You can see the blood pouring from the face of Carmelo Hayes. Well, this attack after the match is not going to help things for him, as Ethan Page now, something that he couldn't do in the matchup, looking for Ego's edge here to Carmelo Hayes. And sending a message there to Carmelo Hayes and the rest of the SmackDown locker room is Ethan Page. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I told you I would do it, and I proved myself twice now. Defeating Javon Evans once to win the title from him, and second to retain. And now you guys have a champion you can be proud of, and I'm proud to call myself your United States champion, the absolute Ricky Saints. But this is a message for everyone backstage who thinks they're worthy of a shot at this title. Gotten already 3 opportunities at this championship that Javon, Trick, and everyone else gave out. So you've got to earn a shot to face me, because I'm worth it. I'm not just going to turn up and defend the championship whenever they want me to. I'm going to defend it whenever I want to, and that means big paychecks, big spotlights, big stadiums, big arenas, big shows like SummerSlam. So if you're worthy, or if you think you're worthy of facing the absolute Ricky Saints for the United States Championship come SummerSlam, I'd get your ass to Nick Aldis right now and beg him for an opportunity to face me and face true greatness. Finally, Nicholas, I've been trying to find you all night because you still haven't done your job. Zarya needs to be fired. She's coming after me. I'm scared to take any corner. My security detail, they've been taken out by her. She's doing everything she can to try and end me, and you're just letting her. I'm your United States champion. I deserve respect. I deserve protection from that mad woman walking around here doing whatever she wants whilst you let her. Chelsea, please just give me one moment. I've got so much going on here on SmackDown. I've got Drew McIntyre's issues, I've got Kevin Owens now, I've got Cody Rhodes' injury, I've got Sami Zayn, I've got so much stuff to deal with. But you're right, Chelsea, Zarya does need to be stopped. And I spoke to her. She's not going to be here tonight because we agreed to terms that she's going to stop attacking you and the Secret Service backstage. Thank you. Great. I knew you'd make a great GM eventually. Nicholas, thank you. Thank you for that. Chelsea, I wasn't done. The reason she's agreed to stop attacking you here on SmackDown is because I've agreed that at SummerSlam for the United States Championship it will be Chelsea Green, the champion, defending against Zarya. So good luck, champ. I prepare because it's only a few weeks away, and Zarya, well, she's one hell of a competitor, as you know. So good luck, champ, and have fun if you can. And well, after hearing from Ricky Saints and that conversation between Chelsea Green and Nick Aldis, which I don't think went the way Chelsea Green wanted it to, the Creeds are out here for tag team action. I see a tag team that are looking to get into the championship picture here. In WWE, I see the championships, tag team championships are across both brands. The undisputed tag team champions are currently the New Day, as they defeated former champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, in unfavourable fashion. If you're a member of the crowd who love the Motor City Machine Guns or just don't like seeing cheating win your championships, that is what the New Day did to get the job done. But tonight the Creeds, who aren't afraid to get the job done any way possible, are out here to get themselves maybe a tag team title opportunity themselves, putting themselves in their name in a hat, their name in a race for that title opportunity as we are building towards SummerSlam, the biggest night of the summer, the biggest party of the summer. The Creeds will want to be there and maybe win tag team gold when they get there. See, former NXT tag team champions, I said they were fan favourites on the NXT. They came to the main roster, and after doing that the same way and didn't really go their way, they changed their methods and have found some success having cheating to get the job done. But let's see how they take it on tonight, and it's going to be the former champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, and Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. So like I say, these two are the former undisputed tag team champions. They held the titles for a long while before being bested by the New Day for those titles. So they were fan favourite champions and are still fan favourites whilst they aren't champions. But tonight they've got a tough task ahead of them in the Creeds, who have got a fire lit under them as they are looking to get tag team championship gold. But he's still looking to get back into that tag team title picture. We've not seen them for a while, but tonight they're clearly back, looking to get a shot and a New Day to get their tag team titles back at SummerSlam, as they will, when they were cheated at the championships to begin with, to be fair. But at the end of the day, they did lose, and maybe it's time for a new team to step up to the plate. That is the question. But let's get this one underway. The Motor City Machine Guns versus the Creeds. This will be a great tag team match. what night of action we've had so far here on SmackDown, and it continues here with this one between these two teams. Let's get this one underway. And as we get this one underway, as Brutus and Alex Shelley get this one underway, I've got a question. Who's got more to lose by losing here tonight? Is it the Creeds who are, well, having mixed results as of late in the tag team scene, or is it the former champions, the Motor City Machine Guns, who are looking to get back into title picture, or the title picture, or win here tonight? I see losing tonight will send them down the ladder even more, and will add more, well, maybe some doubt into their minds that they are still at the level of being champions. So they weren't the champions not long ago, but losing 2 big matches in a row will make you question if you lost the championships out being cheated, or you just weren't good enough to keep them. That's got to be on the mind for the Motor City Machine Guns in the past couple of weeks. Since losing the titles, as Brutus Creed at the back sits behind. This up Alex Shelley with the power here, and the slams him down into the mat. See, one thing that has been said about the Motor City Machine Guns as well is they ran themselves thin during the title reign. They were defending the championships a lot. They were in singles competition a lot as well. So injuries occurred during their title defences, and in the end, the New Day were just too much for them. And maybe tonight the Creeds will be just too much. The power and the speed of the Creeds being on the show here as a huge overhead belly-to-belly suplex there by Julius Creed. Forces Alex Shelley to go onto the ropes here, as well, Julius Creed now again standing on the front foot, sends Alex Shelley again off the ropes. Looking again for another huge pop-up exploder suplex this time though. So these two are freak athletes, guaranteed champions in the future. See, people that have also seen singles gold in the future of, well, Julius Creed especially, of how good he's in the ring. Also, they're yet to get tag team gold on the main roster. There's still that hurdle to jump yet. As I want jawbreak here by Alex Shelley to the huge Inzaguri. Opens the match up for the Motor City Machine Guns. Says Alex Shelley needs to make a tag, needs to get Chris Sabin into this one. And it wasn't that long ago since he was going one-on-one with Seth Rollins over on Raw in one hell of a match in the main event, as Alex Shelley, a huge belly-to-belly suplex there, just launching him across the ring, and now these huge repeated knee strikes to the side of the head, just like Brutus was doing moments ago. Julius Creed fires him in as well. And well, clearly the Creeds have a game plan. Isolate Alex Shelley. And now again, just this huge hack. Not an explosive variation this time, but a huge just suplex there. The power, the athleticism, the speed, all the tools to be champions that the Creeds have. But maybe just that lack of experience, that lack of tutorship as a brainbuster there. That's one way to take down someone in a matchup and open it up for you to get your team back into it. Dropping Julius Creed on the top of his head there, almost got a job done. As Alex Shelley now, for the first time in the matchup, able to make the tag. Went for it moments ago, but it wasn't able to be done. That's now a huge double arm drag there, or double hip toss, sorry, and two double kicks there to the midsection. And I go down to the midsection here with these huge kicks and a huge forearm. And Alex Shelley getting himself out in the ring there before being counted in. So that's one way you don't want to lose a tag team match. As now Chris Sabin with a huge power move of his own, stacks him up, but it isn't enough as Julius Creed powers out there. That huge power on there, Gunther-esque, you got to say, but wasn't enough done to get a job done. And now deep, well, both arms hooked, and a huge belly-to-belly suplex again there. That's what I mean by Julius Creed. All the tools to get the job done, but just doesn't have the victories to say. Well, doesn't have the victory you think the tools will give him just yet. There's now another tag team maneuver here being done by the Creeds. As Brutus just slams him down, and Brutus are now just being mauled in the ring. Is Chris Sabin. The referee should be counted in Julius Creed here, but not doing so. And Chris Sabin furious on ringside. I should say Alex Shelley furious at ringside as a huge just sent on. Is that enough to get the job done? Not just yet. You saw the tactic, guys, to the midsection with the huge repeated knees. Well, both of them just laying in those knee strikes, and then that huge sent on almost was enough. As now Chris Sabin swoops the leg just about there, and that's Sabin firing with some huge shots to the face. And Chris Sabin here What's he thinking next? Looking for this huge powerbomb again for a second time. This time to Brutus though. But doesn't go for the pinfall. Gets him back to his feet. And Chris Sabin now kick to the midsection. Crosses the legs. Drives him down. But Brutus is still in this one. Well, I told you it would be a great tag team match when this one started, and it has been so far. Both teams back and forth, looking for the victory. Sabin now. Snapmare takedown to Brutus Creed. Looking for a huge penalty kick, but Brutus Creed out of the way. Rolls him through. Doesn't go for a pinfall. Huge right hand though. Rocks Chris Sabin. He'll be seeing double for a week with that one. Now Brutus Creed follows through with that huge boot. And this is just a mean streak of Brutus Creed. And now the power gut wrench suplex there. Now running on with his huge right hand to Chris Sabin. Trapped in the corner of the Creeds is Chris Sabin. That's Brutus Creed though. Pat's looking to put this one away himself here. Up onto the shoulders. And just plants him down. No care in the world. Into the cover. But Sabin shows the heart that took them to championship gold. And pushed Seth Rollins to his limit. Many wants to go to Brutus Creed now. Just exchanging words with Julius Creed here. They're telling him to stay focused. As Chris Sabin is back in this one. And Sabin now looking for a backbreaker. But Brutus with that knee. But there's a huge forearm caught. Sabin super kick. And Sabin looking to take out Julius Creed, but not to effect. As Brutus is back to his feet here, and Brutus takes out Alex Shelley. Oh, Julius Creed is telling him to get the job done. And Brutus is, possibly looking to do so. It's Brutus now. With him up into the military press. Slams him down. Looking for a huge standing moonsault. Impressive there from Brutus. But it's not enough just yet. Somehow, some way, it wasn't enough. It's Brutus Creed now. Kick roll, looking for that huge forearm caught there by Chris Sabin. And Sabin now with a huge snap. Suplex. And Sabin this time though takes out Julius Creed. And Sabin now looking for a tag to his tag team partner and Alex Shelley, as these two may be looking to put this one away here with a bit of time to get the job done as a barrage of offense here. Huge boot to the face. Is that enough to beat the Creed here tonight? No. Brutus just getting the shoulder up there. So Alex Shelley now, a huge kick avoided there by Brutus Creed. And there's a huge headbutt. And Brutus now frustrated. Is launching Chris Sabin into the ring. Wiping out Alex Shelley. And now doing the same. A wrecking ball is Brutus. See now looking to make the tag here to Julius Creed. And it's usually the other way around, but Julius Creed is going to the top. And there's a huge wrecking ball. Like I said, usually it's the other way around. Brutus flying in, but Julius, a bigger man, going for it this time. And it gets the job done. And I think an audible was called there as the Brutus wiped out both members of the Motor City Machine Guns. He told Julius Creed to make the climb to the top to the high rent district. That is nosebleed territory for Julius Creed, but tonight it worked. And Brutus, what a showcase for him in this one. I see this was a huge moment here, the standing moonsault. Impressive athleticism there from Brutus Creed. And then the resiliency to kick out that huge barrage of offense, those kicks. And right here was the final moment. What would usually be called the Brutus ball was turned into the Julius ball here tonight. And the Creeds with a big victory over the former tag team champions here tonight. Cody, do you finally see the light? I dragged you into the darkness to show you the truth. And when I did, I beat you, so I'll be coming for that championship sooner rather than later. But right now you don't even hold the championship you came back to win, Cody. Your former friend Kevin Owens is running around with it, masquerading as the champion. Everyone you've called a friend has turned their back on you, Cody, because we all see the truth, Cody. We all see who you truly are, and never had enough pretending. So, Cody, it's time for you to stop pretending and walk out in front of all these people and tell them the truth, because they deserve the truth, Cody. Tell them who you really are. Show them who you really are. Maybe then you'll start getting respect from people around there again and stop masquerading as this corporate good guy that you seem to want to be. And well, after that cryptic message from Aleister Black for Cody Rhodes, it's time for a main event in which the former undisputed the WWE Women's Champion is out here for action, and that is Nia Jax. You can hear the unfavourable reaction she gets, but she does not care about that. All she cares about is getting back to the championship she lost at WrestleMania. She challenged for it again at Backlash, and well, that was because Jade Cargill wanted to prove that Nia Jax isn't the monster she thought she was. It's that she defeated her at WrestleMania to win the championship. So Nia Jax was champion for many months, dominating the division, until Jade Cargill, who won the Royal Rumble, stepped up and defeated her at Mania, then defeated her again to retain the title at Backlash. But Nia Jax's SummerSlam is rolling around, is back to try get into that title picture. We saw her protege, well, last legend in the Queen of the Ring tournament, unsuccessful at Night of Champions, losing to Raquel Rodriguez. And well, Nia Jax was taken out by Liv Morgan in that matchup as she came down to the ring to help. Well, Last Legend try and win it. We're talking about Last Legend's been given a night off by Nia Jax to recover from losing that matchup. But let's see who Nia's taking on here tonight in our main event as we head towards SummerSlam. And well, as we head towards the biggest party, some of the biggest stars are coming out to play. And who bigger than the Queen herself, Charlotte Flair, a woman Nia Jax knows all too well. And well, if you're Jade Cargill seeing this, you're maybe a little bit worried about who your challenger's going to be come SummerSlam, because if it is the Queen, then maybe that title will not be around your waist much longer. And Charlotte Flair, multiple time Women's World Champion, WrestleMania main eventer, many more accolades in her career. As the last time we saw Charlotte in action was back at the Royal Rumble, which Jade Cargill went on to win, and I believe she eliminated Charlotte Flair from the matchup, if I'm not mistaken. I see the final two was Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and Jade got the victory. But Charlotte Flair tonight back here on SmackDown, and well, you got to imagine that she's looking forward to SummerSlam. But you can see that knee brace around the knee there. She missed much of action after the Rumble due to an injury she sustained in the matchup, which forced her to, well, go and get, well, as you can see, the service the Queen gets into the ring, the referee helping her into the ring. Who else gets that service other than the Queen? But like I was saying, that injury costs her to miss WrestleMania. And tonight she's back with something to prove that she can still go at the top of the industry. She's still the biggest star in the women's industry. So many people have estates that claim. Jade Cargill, the women's champion, one of them. Rhea Ripley, the women's world heavyweight champion, also one of them. And Nia Jax is someone who's a former champion, can also throw a hat in that race if she wanted to. I see she wouldn't be a popular name in that hat, but she's got the championship accolades to back it up. But let's get this one underway. Main event, Nia Jax v Charlotte Flair. Two people that know each other all too well in this ring. Let's get this one underway. And while Charlotte, well, not backing down here for Nia Jax, asking her to bring it in this one. Well, I see Nia Jax has the size advantage, but Charlotte would have the speed advantage and the agility advantage. And there's a huge slap from Charlotte Flair, and Nia no answers back with a huge boot to the face. I'm not so sure why that was from Charlotte Flair to, well, piss off Nia Jax early in this one. Doesn't take much to piss her off, but there's Charlotte Flair with that agility advantage, that knee to the face, and that is a huge clothesline. But well, Nia Jax standing on, or staying on the feet, and Nia telling Charlotte to, well, bring it. I'm guessing to go for another one. There's another one delivered, but Nia again stays on her feet. As Charlotte now forearm avoided there. And there's a huge right hand from Nia to drop Charlotte to the mat. As Nia drives her face first. When Nia sees the target right there, that knee that she had to have surgery on, and that knee brace to support her to be able to continue wrestling as Nia is going straight after that to start this one off with. That is not what you want to see if you're Charlotte Flair. And there's a huge powerbomb there by Nia. He's again going after that knee. And just yanks it. And looking to snap it back as well. You can see Charlotte Flair favouring that knee already in this one. That is the dangers of having a target on you. Whether that's a visible one, like a knee brace, some bandages, etc. In a matchup, your challenge or your opponent will just go straight for it. As Nia up into the shoulders, is Charlotte Flair slips at the back though. Does Charlotte with a huge forearm, but it was not effective. And Nia Jax again telling her to bring it. There's a huge backhand though by Charlotte Flair. As Flair with a shoulder tackle not effective there, and Flair with that clothesline. Well, Flair again looking for it, but Nia Jax out of the way, and Nia looking for Alabama. Stabber to Flair and gets it into the cover here. But Charlotte just gets that shoulder up there at 2.5. And what a question that's been on the mind of everyone is, what happened at Night of Champions? Because we saw Liv Morgan and Nia Jax battle at the top of the ramp during the Raquel Rodriguez last session matchup, and Charlotte Flair again with that knee to the face. But who came out first? Who was the one that instigated that brawl? Well, Nia Jax has said in the follow-up to that, in the backlash of all of that, it was Liv Morgan who came out to try and help Raquel Rodriguez, and she came out to stop Liv Morgan. But all we saw at the top of the ramp was those two brawling, and Nia Jax getting hit with a whoa, and there's a huge forearm there, dropping Nia Jax, and Charlotte Flair into the pinfall. And as I was trying to say, as these two were throwing haymakers at one another, is all we saw at the top of the ramp during that matchup was Raquel Rodriguez, let's let him get distracted, as Charlotte Flair now with a huge power drives Nia Jax down. Impressive there, but it wasn't enough to get the job done. But as I was trying to say, as this great matchup is going underway, is all we saw was Nia Jax get hit with an oblivion to neutralise that threat, and then Raquel Rodriguez getting the job done to win the Queen of the Ring tournament, which means she has a championship shot in the near future. So we also saw Oba Finn win the King of the Ring tournament, defeating Finn Balor in that one. He was exiled from the Judgment Day moments later, as Nia just throwing ragdolling the Queen around the ring. But the Queen will not like that, looking for that huge chop, but Nia Jax no one home, as Charlotte may be seeing double. And that is not good if you're the Queen in this one. And now Nia Jax, what's she thinking? Looking for a chicken wing facebuster maybe here, looking to get Charlotte Flair up, but Charlotte counters something to the foot there. And Charlotte now with a huge chop there. Put everything she had behind, everything she had behind that one. As Flair now middle rope, where he can hit some boos around the arena for Charlotte Flair. Maybe the lesser of two evils is Charlotte Flair tonight for some people in this arena over Nia Jax, as a huge crossbody takes her out. And now Charlotte again with a power game, rolls through, slams her down. But Nia kicks out again there. And now Charlotte now with a knee, digging it into the back there. And now has a target of her own here, and double knees to the midsection there. Going after the midsection of the much bigger and stronger woman in Nia Jax. Now also going after the legs here, so looking to wear down for the figure 8 in this one. Not only does it go after the legs of your opponent in the figure 8, obviously a variation of the figure 4 leg lock made famous by her father Ric Flair, but also the bridge extends and puts pressure on the back, as Charlotte now with a huge body slam there, which means going after the midsection is a wise decision from Charlotte Flair here tonight. But a boot there to the face of Nia stops her in the tracks now. Nia with that huge boot to the face again. Simple but effective from Nia Jax here. That's what's taken us to championship gold in the past, and will take us to championship gold again in the future. No doubt about that. There's a huge military press. Slam there. And Charlotte no choice but to roll onto the ropes and try and get herself back up on the apron. And Nia Jax is stalking her opponent here, but Charlotte counters. as Charlotte is trying to rally in this one, as she hangs her over the top rope, as Flair, or Nia, rolling over into the corner here, and Charlotte now on the attack here, but Nia counters there. A momentary, well, opportunity to get back into this one. Nia Jax took all advantage of that one, and there's a huge slam, which will try to order wind out the lungs of your opponent. And Nia Jax now, what's she thinking next there? Just first of all driving Flair face first into the mat. Well, Nia Jax now going middle rope. We know what follows next, as Nia with the leg drop. Will that be enough? But Flair kicks out at 2.5, just about there. And Nia Jax now getting frustrated, but she can't let what Ethan Page get the better of her. Did it in the first one, her frustration. And now just launching Flair again across the ring. How often is it you see the Queen get ragdolled and dominated like this? As Nia now egging this crowd on, as Flair getting back to her feet with a huge backhand. And Flair digging down deep in this one. There's not often you see Charlotte Flair in a fight like this. And as the underdog in the matchup, it's fair to say she is tonight. So Nia Jax has been in action over the past few months, has been a champion, has been fighting for championships as well. But Charlotte has been out injured. But tonight she's back, and looking to get the job done with a huge forearm strike there. And what Charlotte calling Nia Jax to her feet here, as Flair looking to put this one away, I think here, as Flair with a spear. Put everything she had behind that one. Is that enough to get the job done? But Nia's still in this one. And well, Flair went out to take more than that to put away something like the caliber of Nia Jax, but that was just a test. As Flair off the ropes with that huge boot. And Flair now playing some mind games of her own here, wiping the mat. For the first time in this match, she's been in control, it seems, taking advantage of it. As a huge kick to the midsection now, looking to lock in a dragon sleeper here. A new wrinkle in the arsenal of well, Charlotte Flair maybe learnt this one in a time away. But Nia Jax counters here. Some huge punches to the face. As Nia looks like a huge boot. Flair out of the way of it though. And Charlotte with a huge backhand. Natural selection. And Flair now staying on the offense. Looking to bridge into the figure eight. Can she get the job done here tonight? Can she make Nia Jax submit? And she does so. Nia Jax no choice but to submit here, as the figure eight was locked in. The damage done to those legs in the matchup. The natural selection into the figure eight was a deadly combo for Charlotte Flair there. She knew she had to hit everything she had to defeat Nia Jax tonight, and did so. Obviously opened up for that natural selection, as that huge boot avoided by Charlotte Flair. Right here, the boot avoided, huge backhand, huge chop, and then the natural selection. And Flair maybe thinking it wasn't enough, bridged into the figure eight. And Nia Jax no choice but to tap out and fight. We'll live to fight another day, and Charlotte Flair back from injury is victorious. And maybe looking to challenge for that championship held by Jade at SummerSlam.